Welcome to a realm where personal growth meets expansive spirituality and where we're not just scratching the surface. We're diving deep, widening our perspectives, and having a darn good time doing it. This is the Enlighten Podcast, and I am your host, Jen Hamilton. You'll enjoy an infusion of motivation, empowerment, and inspiration that will resonate in every aspect of your life. Expect captivating stories, heartfelt musings, and my own personal experiences. But that's not all. I'm bringing awe-inspiring individuals to the table, so get ready to meet some remarkable souls whose wisdom and stories will leave you spellbound. No topic is off limits here. Brace yourself for raw authenticity, unfiltered vulnerability, and yes, the occasional splash of explicit language. We're delving into the realms of the esoteric, mystical, and the woo-woo, unafraid to explore the extraordinary. So if you are ready to venture beyond the surface, to explore the depths of your soul, and to awaken the magic of life, if your heart says yes, then hit that play button and let the Enlighten Podcast guide you on this remarkable expedition. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Enlighten Podcast. I'm your host, Jen, here with a Soul'o Snippet today. And one of the things I'm working a lot with my clients at the moment is the power of the breath. Now, in many of my other episodes, I've interviewed people about breath work. I've spoken about the power of the breath before. And I want to just run through a few little techniques, so a few little takeaways from this episode that you can leave with today to support yourself, to support your nervous system, to support your life in general, just through simply using your breath. Now, I will let it be known that I'm not a certified breathwork facilitator. These are just basic breathing techniques which are designed to help you come out of, perhaps an anxious moment that you're having, out of the fight or flight survival mode and back into the parasympathetic nervous system response, the rest and digest, where you come into a place feeling calm and really nourished within your own body. So there's a really powerful one. It's quite simple. It's called the box breath. And the whole idea of the box breath is to breathe in, hold, and exhale and hold like a box. So the same number of counts. So 5 is a really good number. So breathing in to the count of 5, holding to the count of 5, exhaling to the count of 5, holding again to the count of 5, and then starting the cycle again. Generally going through this about 10 to 20 times is really supportive. Perhaps you'll notice that your heart rate might just slow down to a more stabilized pace. You start to feel more in your body. And because you're bringing awareness to your breath, you're not going to those anxious thoughts that are taking up space in your mind. You're not going and dwelling on the past that you've been living in. You're in the very present moment, which is where we want to bring ourselves, right to the very present moment within our bodies, creating a safe space to feel at home within ourselves. The next one is a way to really start to activate that parasympathetic nervous system response in a really quick way. This is one of my favorite breath techniques, and I take all of my clients through this technique. So with the inhale, you're going to inhale to the count of 5, hold for 6, and then out for 8. Now, you can change the length of time that you're doing these breaths for. However, as long as the exhale is longer than the inhale, you're going to start to relax that nervous system. So, for example, you might breathe in for a count of 5, hold for 6, exhale for 8 or 9 counts, and repeating this over and over again. So what that's going to do is it's going to activate the vagus nerve. It's going to promote that rest and digest within your body. It's going to allow calmness to flood through you. And you might find that you need to be doing this over and over again, depending on how deep you're in that fight or flight or that stress mode, or how high cortisol or adrenaline has been flowing through your body. It's going to reduce stress levels, reduce anxiety. It could help you sleep better at night, help you feel more awake, help to remove some of that brain fog that you can experience when you're in a really stressed state, and help you feel a deep sense of grounding so that you can go out and live your life a little less stressed. So they're two of my favorite breathwork techniques that like I said, I teach them to all of my clients. I use it for myself. I teach my kids how to do this as well. We always talk about our breath in our family. We always talk about that loud sigh, the exhale, like really just clearing anything out and starting to notice if you are feeling anxious, you're not going to be taking deep, nourishing breaths. You're going to be breathing from, your chest upwards. We really want to be able to get into the habit of knowing that when we're feeling stressed, when we're feeling anxious, when we're feeling as though we've got cortisol and adrenaline pulsing through our body, that we can come to our breath and we can settle ourselves down in a hurry. Now, it's a very normal response to have a stress response to something. It's very normal to activate the sympathetic nervous system. It's got a job to do, because if we're in danger, we need to have those things firing on all cylinders so that we can get away from danger. Ultimately, we're here for survival. That's what we're here for. That's the job that our nervous system is designed to do. We're not designed to stay in that state all the time. And we live in such a stressful environment most of the time that we forget that we're not meant to be in this sympathetic nervous system response all the time. We're not meant to be stressed. We're not meant to be anxious. We're supposed to be here, living our lives, fighting off the things that are harmful to us, and then getting back to that rest and digest, having fun, being in the fullest expression of pleasure and joy and happiness and excitement, and having the most incredible life. So I hope that's helped today. You might like to practice those either right now. If you're listening to this, maybe in the car, you can just take some really deep, nourishing, mindful breaths. Just be careful not to close your eyes, or maybe you'd like to incorporate it into your morning or your evening practice. Anyway, my love, thank you so much for joining me for this Soul'o Snippet. It's been a pleasure to guide you through this today, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode. I hope you love the Enlighten podcast, and the biggest compliment you can give me is subscribing to this podcast, sharing it, and leaving a rating and review. Feel free to follow me on Instagram. My handle is @JenHamiltonOfficial, and the podcast handle is enlightened_podcast. You can also find the video version on YouTube on my channel. Just search Enlighten, and don't forget to hit subscribe. Have a beautiful day and enjoy living the enlightened journey of life.